downtown Las Vegas, it's so much more than the Fremont canopy. It's vintage neon, brilliant street art, cutting-edge music venues, kitschy dining spots, open-air shopping, and a classic old Vegas casino.
But before we do any of that, we are going out for breakfast, a full Irish breakfast. You won't even believe this plate of food.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
It's a breezy Friday morning in November, and we are breezing north on Las Vegas Boulevard towards downtown. Iconic wedding chapels, modern office buildings, and vintage neon take us on a historic journey through this unique city before we even arrive at our destination. And our destination is this: a 6-block area of downtown Las Vegas called Fremont East. Unlike the canopy just west of here, it is open to vehicle traffic, but it's also a pedestrian-friendly neighborhood that attracts locals and tourists alike. Today, we are going to explore Fremont East.
Hi, good morning from downtown Las Vegas. This topic has been on my bucket list for months, but I had to wait till it cooled off. It is cool and breezy today. The sky is a brilliant blue, and it's a perfect day to feature Fremont East. But we're going to flip things around today, and we're going to have breakfast first. I am at a place called 7th and Carson, which, believe it or not, is at 7th and Carson. They have a legendary full Irish breakfast that is supposed to be completely authentic. So I am here for that. It's $25. I'm excited to see what my $25 is going to buy me. And I also need to say to my poor editor, the music is super loud in here, and I know that gives him fits when he's in the editing process. So fingers crossed he's able to work around that. All right, breakfast at 7th and Carson, and then we're going to go exploring.
Right now, we're walking south on 7th. Fremont is behind us, and the Carson corner is ahead. Believe it or not, there are 3 well-respected food establishments on this corner. What a smorgasbord of choices for a foodie. The northwest corner is home to Downtown Terrace. We'll talk more about that when we get to the Container Park. Opposite that is Eat, a breakfast and lunch cafe offering sumptuous takes on comfort food. But it's the bright red establishment over there with the best of accolades on the side of the building that won out. And just to give you some perspective on the location, that's the D and Fremont Street Experience right over there. The staff was just putting up the umbrellas on the dining patio at 7th and Carson, but it's a bit chilly for that this morning. Let's go inside. 7th and Carson opened its doors in 2017, and it did not take long for it to attract attention for its carefully prepared cuisine and warm Irish hospitality. This cozy and intimate little dining spot earned the Open Table Diner's Choice Award for Best Brunch 3 years running, not to mention other accolades. Now, if you'll be staying downtown over the Thanksgiving holiday, consider this great menu at 7th and Carson for Turkey Day.
Okay, when she set this plate down, I literally laughed out loud. I had to pan it with my phone to show you everything that is on this plate. Dale, myself, and 2 other people could share this breakfast. It is monumental. But that being said, let's talk about authentic, full Irish, full English, full Scottish, whatever you want to say. It has the baked beans. It has the mushrooms. It has the grilled tomato, potatoes, sausage, and it looks like, well, we've got eggs, we've got toast, we've got, the typical stuff. I even have some clotted cream and some jam. It looks like raspberry preserves maybe, and black pudding. That's the other thing I couldn't think of. Oh, and ham. Oh my gosh. where should I start? All right, let's start with something easy and traditional. Let's do baked beans. They're wonderful. I don't know if you've ever had baked beans for breakfast, but they're fantastic. And as you know, baked beans on toast is a famous staple over in the British Isles for sure. But anyway, wonderful baked beans. A little bite of a mushroom. Those are flavorful, delicious. So let's see, let's go for a potato. Piping hot, made for me. Wow, those are good. They're seasoned. They have some really savory, a little burn on my tongue. Those potatoes are awesome. So I ordered my eggs over hard. I don't like yolk, so let me just take a little bite of egg, or a big bite. Perfect. Don't eat salt and pepper. Those are wonderful. Wow. All right, so let's do, I think this is my black pudding. I'm just going to take a bite. Wow. That is really savory. Not overpowering on the seasoning. That is very good. Oh, wow. More of that for sure. I also have a sausage. Do a sausage. That is savory. That is well seasoned. Typical British sausage that you know and love. That is what's really, that's good. Words fail me. All right, you guys, I'm going to be a pig. Take a bite of ham. 2 bites. That is great. Boy, of the 3 meats, it's hard to say what I like the best. I'm also inclined to say the black pudding was the best. Wow, what an incredible breakfast. I'm sure I've made a mess of my face. It's totally worth it. I'm going to dig into my Irish breakfast. How much can I do? Wait and see. That was an unbelievable breakfast. The flavors, the contrast between everything that was on my plate, and I didn't even get through maybe a third of it. Oh, Dale, I wish you'd been with me. We could have polished off that plate and had such a good time. I highly, highly recommend 7th and Carson. Everyone I interacted with in there was just wonderful. So big thumbs up on that place. All right, let's go look at Fremont East.
Before we get to the main event, how about a little bit of history? Fremont is the oldest street in Las Vegas, the first to be paved, the first to have a stoplight, and by 1911, the epicenter of gambling and neon, a distinction that earned it the name Glitter Gulch. In the 1990s, the 5 blocks from Main and Las Vegas Boulevard were converted to a pedestrian mall. A 1,400-foot-long barrel vault canopy was installed, and the Fremont Street Experience was born. It is nothing short of sensory overload right here. But turn the opposite way, and you'll find a destination that's a little less frantic. Say hello to Fremont East District, sometimes called the rebellious younger sister of the Fremont Street Experience. Created in 2002, Fremont East is a 6-block area that stretches from Las Vegas Boulevard East to 8th Street and from Ogden South to Carson. The area is known for its diverse street life, fueled by a variety of local businesses, eateries, bars, and entertainment. As you stroll Fremont East, always be on the lookout for fresh murals and art installations, not to mention messages to lift your spirits or make you smile. The talent on display here is incredible. The signage up and down Fremont Street is cool and retro and suits the vibe here. Fremont East is also well known for the perfectly restored vintage neon signs installed here, paying homage to the storied history of downtown. It's thanks to the efforts of the Neon Museum and its partners that these beautiful icons live on. But it's also firmly rooted in today. Rent yourself an electric bike ride here on Fremont and go exploring. Let's take a walk and pick out some highlights of Fremont East, starting at the western end, Las Vegas Boulevard. First up, a colorful and popular spot whose proud motto is "Live hard, ride fast, eat pizza." Yes, we're talking about Evil Pie, and how much do you love this patio? This pizza joint pays tribute to legendary motorcycle daredevil Evel Knievel, simply because his attempt to jump the fountains at Caesars was the biggest spectacle of its era, and he deserves a good pizza. They serve old-fashioned New York-style pizza by the slice and cheap drinks in the most fun and energizing location. Fremont East offers more than pizza though. Flippin' Good Burgers and Shakes opened 10 years ago and proudly promotes burgers, chicken, and ice cream novelties made fresh to order. La Thai opened in 2012 and was the first eatery that managed to lure diners outside the canopy with its traditional menu of Thai street food and daily specials. In fact, that cuisine proved so successful, you'll find yet another Thai restaurant on Fremont East called Bangkok Street. We All Scream is way more than it first appears. Yes, this purple facade leads to a genuine 1950s era ice cream parlor, but there's also a rooftop dance floor that holds 1,000 people way up there. Fremont East is a mecca for young artists and musicians, and there are so many stages for them right here. Disco Pussy is a 6,500 square foot warehouse space presided over by the tentacles of a disco octopus that showcases techno-pop music. You'll find something a little more intimate next door at Lucky Day. It's a cantina that only has room for 103 guests, but offers Latin DJs, exotic curios and artwork, and superb lighting. Now, if you're looking for a typical downtown bar with cheap beer on tap and a stocked jukebox, head to the Griffin. Moving east, Corduroy is a throwback to the rock and roll bars of the last century with drinks and DJs. And then there's Cheap Shot, a showroom and bar seating just 99 guests that brings back the glamour of those early days. As we approach the 6th Street corner, this is Commonwealth, a true cornerstone of this area's renaissance. It's a double-decker tavern that boasts a total of 6,000 square feet and some killer views from the rooftop. The southeast corner at 6th and Fremont is home to Backstage Bar and Billiards. Along with its sister, the Fremont Country Club, this is a 10,000 square foot facility that hosts live concerts and special events, and lots of them. Who knew? This is amazing inside. Well, look at what we have here.
Let's go the El Cortez.
Of the 6 blocks comprising Fremont East, the venerable and historic El Cortez takes up a chunk between Fremont and Ogden. This is one of the oldest still operating casinos in town, built in 1941 and still retaining its lovely Spanish Revival architecture. Bugsy Siegel was briefly an owner, But visionary Jackie Gaughan owned it the longest and, along with the current owner Kenny Epstein, worked hard to preserve that classic 40s and 50s vibe. The El Cortez is old Vegas in the best way. Low-limit tables and slots, bargain meals, and inexpensive lodging. In a recent interview, Mr. Epstein reported that the El Cortez clientele has shifted lately to a new, younger demographic, clearly a reflection of this revitalized downtown. They're in the midst of a casino upgrade to keep things fresh while remaining true to the original gambling house that opened its doors in 1941. In fact, El Cortez is on the National Register of Historic Places, and you don't want to mess with that. Speaking of historic, who's enjoyed a meal in this famed restaurant named after Bugsy Siegel? Paul and I did back in 2022, and it was terrific.
Paula got the queen size, what do you call this, prime rib. And you got some kind of potatoes there, au gratin. Delmonico. And we ordered a small bunch of spinach.
Upon crossing the street to get a full view of the building and its iconic sign, this activity caught our eye and we just had to go investigate. It turns out that El Cortez is expanding the casino east, taking out a restaurant and part of their fiesta room to add 5,000 square feet of casino space and a new watering hole called the Roulette Bar. We just love watching the Yesco magic happen, creating new neon signs. Speaking of neon, we just had to pull some earlier footage to give a little airtime to what truly is vintage Vegas neon, the El Cortez Marquee at night. Nothing better, my friends, a famous beacon of this entertainment district. In this direction, foot traffic on Fremont East, and beyond that, the canopy. And that way, the spectacle of Container Park, our next stop.
Okay, we are at the corner of 7th and Fremont, and that means Container Park is next.
Welcome to another branch of the ongoing revitalization of downtown Las Vegas, Container Park. This 1.3-acre site was developed in 2013 and funded by Zappos.com creator and CEO Tony Hsieh's downtown project.
Lucky for us, they're just about to open.
Out front is this heart-shaped sculpture called Love Locket. It was created for the very first Life is Beautiful festival and encourages visitors to attach love locks to it. Judging by how full it is, there's a lot of love around here. While we wait for things to open, let's go see what's out front. This domed theater has a capacity of 75 and hosts private events and educational videos. The praying mantis is by far the most recognized symbol of downtown Container Park. This fellow is 40 feet tall, 30 feet wide, and took 3,500 hours to design and build. He originally made his debut at Burning Man back in 2012, and then found a permanent home right here. This giant metal sculpture breathes fire at night and plays music through 7 hidden speakers. So, what exactly is it? In short, Container Park is an open-air shopping center populated with boutique shops, restaurants, and family entertainment. It's built in a very unique way that we'll talk about shortly. Oh, Oh, excuse me, hello. Catching some rays, are you? Anyone who thinks we don't have autumn color in Las Vegas has never seen this playground. The trees surrounding the children's play area at Container Park are at their peak right now. On this side are interactive play areas under the shade trees. And the far end has an observation tower, a tree house made of 4 shipping containers, and lots of opportunities to climb and explore. All right, let's take a look at some of the businesses in here. This is a shop called Art Box, displaying the works of talented local artists and offering them for sale. Here's where we got a clue how Container Park got its name. Those aren't buildings at all, they're shipping containers. We'll take a closer look when we go up to the balcony. This is bin 702, made of 2 containers totaling 640 square feet and known for its high-quality charcuterie and curated beer and wine on tap. Continuing past 702, here's an art studio. And to our left, a huge event lawn and stage. I bet we'll get a great view of it from up these stairs, but first, this restaurant is actually one we mentioned at the very beginning of the video. This is the front entrance to Downtown Terrace Kitchen and Bar. It's a full-service restaurant that offers seasonal farm-fresh dishes along with those bird's-eye views from the terrace. Sure enough, here's our view of the generous stage and lawn at Downtown Container Park. In this location, they present free concerts, movies, and other family-friendly events throughout the year. Even without anything happening, it's a nice spot to sit and enjoy the sunshine. Just check out the art on the backdrop behind the stage. And examine this tie-in to Love Locket outside. For some reason, we absolutely find this totally extraordinary and fascinating. All right, let's move on and complete the circle. We like the looks of this. It's called Oak and Ivy, and it turns out it was named one of America's top 50 whiskey bars a few years back. It is all about classic mixology and with beautiful results. Nice patio as well. And the cute little container shops continue. Wait a minute, does that say Cowgirl? Whoa, gorgeous view from this upstairs balcony. And yes, you know Paula has to stop in and visit any place called Retro Cowgirl. That same second-floor balcony actually wraps all the way back to Fremont Street, and from up here you get a lovely view of the entire park. From this vantage point, you can understand exactly how that stacked container concept works. From the inside, lots of windows and doors. And from the outside, a clear view of how they've stacked 2 or 3 high. Container Park is comprised of more than 40 repurposed shipping containers, plus metal cubes, all varying in size and color and customized for the needs of each business right here. What a fascinating idea! It's not yet noon as we take our leave of Container Park, but we're guessing it's incredibly popular on the weekends and in the evenings. What a gem this is for downtown residents, not only this, but all of Fremont East. On the way out, we'll take a quick look at the downtown Las Vegas shop, offering products that support their mission and the businesses in Container Park. They've done themselves proud, giving this area new life and purpose.
Hey friends, what did you think of our walkabout? I had such a good time filming it, although I'm not sure the editor had as much fun editing it.
This was one of the most difficult videos I have done probably in the last year and a half, but I think it came out pretty good.
I was thrilled when I saw the final product. I think he did a great job showcasing Fremont East. And we know we have a bunch of you that kind of are only go to the strip people. And then we have a lot of people that love downtown and make it part of their visit or even stay there. So regardless of which camp you fall in, we hope you enjoyed this little peek at Fremont East.
Let me give you my impression of Fremont and what I remember from being here before they put that canopy up. I used to love going down there, all the cars, especially on the weekends, the teenage kids going up just looking for chicks and stuff, as they say back then, and just going up and down and up and down. And you would sometimes, there'd be those, there's a plane going over, sometimes there'd be those timeshare people that started there, and they'd have you on the sidewalk, and all of a sudden they'd say, okay, could you just come in a couple of more foot? Could you just walk another 4 foot? And next thing you know, you're inside of a building and they're giving you their spiel. But it was great. I absolutely loved it down there.
I missed that. I never got to experience that. I think I'm kind of glad.
That was really, really good. All right, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification button. Anything else you want to tell these nice people, Miss Paula?
I have a little tidbit some of you may know. When we showed you the Commonwealth Bar and said that it was one of the cornerstones of the revival, I don't know if you saw those red doors on the first floor. That was arguably the first speakeasy in Las Vegas. Yeah. It used to be the laundry room for the El Cortez. It is now called the Laundry Room. It's a speakeasy, and of course we have a whole bunch of them all up in downtown now. But anyway, I thought that was a fascinating little piece of trivia.
Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.